and welcome back, everybody, to our Disability and Neurodivergence special here on Hot Fix. I hope y'all have been having a good time. I hope that you are getting delicious snacks. My partner was so kind to bring me some wonderful some fresh baked breads that have both cheese and thyme on them, and they have all the flavors. And I also have some wonderful thyme hummus with me as well that I'm going to be snacking on while we watch this Splatoon run. But before we get into that run, I want to remind everybody of why we're here. We are raising money for the Autistic Women and Nonbinary Network. You can use that donate button down below. It's hanging out where the subscribe button usually is. You can also donate through mobile. And if that's still a little bit too much going on and you're just like, I don't know, there's a lot of things going down, exclamation point donate will get you where you need to go. And to tell you a little bit more about Autistic Women and the Non-Binary Network, I want to talk to you a little bit about their community and their stance on it, because Autistic Women and Non-Binary Network celebrates the expansive and divergent experiences within all of our communities. Our articles and webinars, their articles and webinars that I talked about earlier in things like their Beacon Press stuff. See, it all connects together. It makes sense. Their articles and webinars feature autistic and disabled community leaders, activists, and organizers to speak on various topics to autistic and disabled communities. So doing the work of making sure that the people are talking about the stuff that are actually in the community. As they say in a lot of activism circles, nothing about us without us. And they are standing on business with that. And that's why they're doing such fantastic work out there. Again, as I said earlier, jokingly, but also kind of seriously, making the world just a little bit less of a crappy place. But it's also going to make us a little bit less of a crappy place is getting some paint guns out and painting up the town on some Splatoon. Are we ready to go ahead and get some painting going? We're ready to go ahead and shoot it over. We want to do some paints. I think we should do some painting. What do y'all think on the mic here?
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Panda, do you want to introduce yourself first?
Sure. Hi, I am Panda. I am a speedrunner. I've not speedrun this game, but I did play competitively for Splatoon 1 and 2, so I'm happy to be here.
And I'm dubious. I don't know if I really want to call this my first speed game, because it's like very hit or miss. I don't know what the criteria is for that, but yeah, this will be Splatoon 3 Side Order, specifically New Game Plus. And in this instance, I am actually using Marie's palette, which is typically what you use for New Game Plus runs, in part because it's just decent enough gun or main weapon. And she starts out with Triple Ink Strike, which is the one of the specials you kind of want to go with on this. But yeah, if ready, I will just cut this down. 3, 2, 1, go.
Yeah, it takes some of the pressure off, because normally you would have to gamble to try to get the triple ink strike.
Yeah. Ooh.
Nice. Very good.
It's just like, oh, well, you want to make my life easy and give me a stage where I don't really even need to, like, use that thing? I'll take it.
Does this mean that, like, the stage is going to be a lot smoother as a result, or?
Well, this stage is pretty straightforward regardless, as long as these guys actually stay together. Okay, I got one. There we go.
Nice.
Because generally you just hit the spin top and smash it into them. But one of them was kind of running around there. You know what? Sure.
Yeah, they get the zoomies.
Yeah. Normally you would not want to take a Splat Zone stage. The issue is that the main chip you actually want with this palette is Quick Charge. So given how early this is, and this will probably be like a 50-second stage, it's not the worst thing to do if it means that I have a chance of actually getting all 5 quick charges. Oh, also helps if I pay attention to that thing coming at me.
So are you okay with me asking some questions about the run for people like myself who are Splatoon rookies?
Sure.
So for this particular mode and this run, is the entire purpose of like painting certain amounts of the floor, or like do you have to paint entire levels? What exactly is the goal of doing the Marie's palette in New Game Plus?
So for side order, it actually gives you objectives per stage type. So in the last two we saw, one was to just take out all the little fishies that were running around. And the previous one was basically what you mentioned. You have a certain amount of area you have to cover, and you have to keep it covered for a set amount of time. Basically like Splat Zones, if you have ever seen like ranked Splatoon. And in this case, it's just break all these portals.
Yeah,
So
there's
there's a lot-
splat zones, but you have to wait for like the countdown timer, which is obviously way too slow for speedrun.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I know that like a lot of the Splatoon that I'm used to seeing is some of that ranked stuff and also PvP. So you're painting area, but then you're also painting people because they need to get out of your face. So I was just
Yeah.
very curious about what exactly was happening here. And then you said there's side objectives and whatnot. And then it sounds like there's a lot of things that you would have to then just know about each level that you're going into, like where stuff is, precision, placement, timing. Is that an accurate assessment, or am I just kind of making up stuff?
Placement, knowing where placements of things out in certain stages can help. Like knowing like where all the balloons are here, for example, so that you don't accidentally smash that ball to where it shouldn't be going. And I know that there's some like portal and fish stages that will have like spin tops or other items that you can kind of just use to hit into, like say the fish or the portal to break it faster. If that makes sense.
No, that makes sense from where I'm sitting. And I just, like I said, I'm just asking things because I haven't really done a lot of these modes myself. But I did also want to, while you're still getting settled in and kind of zooming through these levels and painting up the place, as I did kind of accurately predict, I wanted to say thank you so much to Bali Song for the $5 donation to Autistic Women and the Nonbinary Network, and then to Resident Moon with the $15 donation going towards the effort for neurodiversity and trans liberation being pushed by Autistic Women and Nonbinary Network. Getting some love in the chat, it looks like, as well, for those bonus levels that are coming up. Again, we are currently sitting at $2,546, and at $2,750, we're going to get more precision painting. Actually, I'm just going to call it that. It's precision painting, something I've always been bad at, even in Splatoon and in real life. So if you're wanting to see more of that action, make sure you get those donations in, because we have to do it before the end of this run. So you've got about 25-ish minutes.
Might even have a bit less than that.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
It depends on how well or not well stages go.
Oh, they said we're going to start getting speedy. They're actually locking in. I can see and feel the third eye opening. They're like, no, we've got to paint and we have to do it faster. So chat, if we want to see those levels, let's get those donations in.
Okay. I was having a moment of like, is this the stage with the spring enemies or the other ones? But it's the spring ones. Springs are not particularly useful outside of something. One of the stages in the first climb is supposed to use the springs, but even then you don't use them. Just
I was going to say, that's like the essence of almost any level or speedrun game you're learning, where you just like, you have that moment where it all blends together and you look and you're like, I don't remember what level this is.
yeah, especially because there's for some of the stages, there's two of the same type on like for a given type of stage. So I know for Pyramid, the one that I was just on, oh, I thought I got rid of that. That would help. But for Pyramid, I do know there's at least two portal stages for it, and one of them has spin top enemies that are consistently spawning. Well, 3 out of 5 quick charges in the first 10 floors is already good. Now
There's
just
little chips that... Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, now it's a matter of, is the game gonna be nice and give me the last 2 that I need?
Yeah. The little chips that Doobie is picking up are basically like little upgrades you can get, because as you can see, the charger is very powerful because it's basically like a sniper rifle, but it charges very slow and it uses a lot of ink.
I love too, like, the general animation of finishing a level and then just very politely jaunting back to the elevator, just like do 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 do.
Yeah.
I don't like that I was about to say something and I don't remember what it was now. But
If that's not the neural spicy
good.
experience, I don't know what is.
Yeah, for
Like
real.
that's actually it in a nutshell. Hi, this is what we're raising money for, is for moments like this. All speed runs are better when you have that moment of being like, you know, I was gonna say something and I don't even remember anymore. Or having the moment of looking at it and being like, is this a Katamari and I didn't realize it? Interesting. Very interesting what's going on here. I'm pretty sure it was something important about the run that I completely derailed.
I'm sure it will come back to me eventually. Worst case scenario, it's like, well, can just have that moment at like 3 in the morning where it's like, ah, yeah, that's what it was.
You'll remember as soon as your head
my-
hits the pillow.
No, it always comes back to you at like the most asinine moment too, where you're in the kitchen making pizza rolls and you're just like, that's the thing I forgot. And it's like, that was from 2 days ago. Why did you just remember that? What is happening? Or like you're in the middle of the fish here and you just remembered in the back of your head, oh yeah, I need to send that email out. And it's like, well, you can't send it now, you're speed running. That's not useful. It's not useful at all. And then when your speed run is done, you're gonna forget again. That's my favorite loop. It's not my favorite loop. But it is a loop that I am sadly very familiar with.
Yeah. It just
Same.
Oh my gosh. Neuro spicy life is special.
yeah.
Brains are very, very out there. So what exactly are you going to, like, that's a soda machine, it looks like. Is that for something specific for your runs? Are you looking for things? Is that like RNG or are those always static?
So the locations of some of the vending machines are static. Floor 11, 15, 21, 25, and 5. I don't know why 5 was the last one I listed there. All of those will always have vending machines, and then they can also randomly pop up in other points. But
Yeah,
basically,
the random vending machines are great.
There's a lot happening here.
They're bullying her.
I see that. Please get away. Get out of here.
I was gonna say, where did my last fish buddy go? There it is.
Your last fish buddy?
Yeah, I need to take out those specific little fishies that are running away. What was I gonna say? Yeah, for vending machines, so basically it can have anything from chips to different sub-weapons to different specials. On other palettes, you would generally be using them to try to switch your special out. Since Marie has triple ink strike, I don't need to do that. I'm basically using it either to look for chips or just use it as a free floor skip.
Oh. Sorry, I was making that noise because that big old fish just fell right off the edge.
Don't. Okay. I saw him go for
I
it.
was looking at it, I was like, I don't know the run, but I think that that's supposed to go there, and I don't like that it's not moving you forward. And then the fish came over, I was like, oh no.
I just saw that fish, I'm just like, do not touch the ball, please.
Oh my god. No, like that was stressing me out. Like I said, I don't even know what's going on. And I'm just like, I'm gonna need you to not touch that. I'm begging you not to, please don't touch that. Also, what is the deal with the fish? Like, why are the fish out for you, and why are they out of water specifically?
So the gelatins are basically, the point of the tower was supposed to be to help those who lost their memories in Octo expansion. Problem is that someone took it over, the one that we'll see at the end of the run. And so they are now, instead of being slightly hostile, they are sometimes very hostile, depending on if you have a danger active, because one of the danger triggers can be just enemies are stronger than they should be. Well, okay, I guess I'll take that.
Nice. Nice. We like quick charge.
So when you're in the elevator, is there some type of RNG going on there for what you were just talking about of guess you're taking something, or?
Yeah, these stages and chips that are on them are randomized.
Oh.
Yeah, and you can pay some money to have it basically re-rolled. So you get other chips to potentially buy, but you don't want to do it too often.
Yeah, if you can lock yourself into stages that you don't want otherwise.
Oh.
I was hoping that other ball from earlier would have stayed upwards, but that's fine. I can just force it up now. There. Because thankfully the spin tops are not focused on the ball, they're focused on me.
And that's what the tiny guys are that are floating around?
Yeah, I know that all the enemies have names. I just refer to those as spin tops because that's what they will drop if you take them out.
Oh. I mean, it makes sense. It makes perfect sense. Oh, and we did just get a $5 donation from Regali, working towards that incentive for bonus levels in Splatoon. Again, we have until the end of this run to try and get to $2,750. Chat, I believe in us. I think that we can do it. I think that the energy is there. And I'm gonna be honest, I didn't expect a game that the focus to a certain degree was shooting stuff to be kind of like cathartic and chill until we get whatever that vertical friend is. I don't know what that was about, but I didn't like that at all. I hate that design, actually. Oh, it's very long and wiggly. Well, I was chill up until about the last 10 seconds. and then he showed up and it did the vibes. So definitely support because it's a great cause. Support because we hate those wiggly guys. And support because we somehow got chill painting, lo-fi painting to just eat snacks to. I'm still eating my snacks that I showed.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, I was really hungry.
The music in this series is very good. Like, we actually listen to it in the car very often.
Oh.
But yeah, it's really nice. Like, even like Turf War, which is basically just, you know, have more of your paint on the stage than the other team. It's very chill. And it's just nice to just, you know, paint and have a solid color.
Yeah. I think that's one of the reasons I was never really particularly good at Splatoon, because I get really, really incensed. Well, the objective in versus is to like have the most painted area. And I will get angry when they show the overhead map and it's like, okay, so this is 62%. And I'm looking at it and I'm like, I don't think that's true. I think that's wrong. This math is not mathing correctly, and I don't know who I need to file a complaint with, but I'm filing it with somebody. But it is just a cathartic thing of like, look at all this floor that is now purple. And then someone's painting black over it. Okay. And this is twice now. I've tried to say things are chill, and the game is like, are they though? Interesting.
Okay.
Oh.
Done. I'm actually surprised that shot there didn't actually kill me. Because it literally, one of those shots that it was firing off hit me while my shield was down. And instead it's just like, nah, you can keep going. So, yeah, sure, I'll
Also,
take it.
I've seen some passing mentions in the chat too, because you said listening to OSTs in the car. Chat, what are some of your favorite gaming OSTs to listen to in the car? Because I've got some that I like listening to, and then there are some that I have to actively avoid because driving laws exist and those songs are not conducive to that. As much as I love my child Sonic, I can't listen to him in the car because God. I can't always be speeding. So those in particular, it looks like some upgrades are actually favorable because I think main damage just gets us where we need to go.
Yeah, main
Very
damage.
straightforward.
Main damage, distant and close are pretty good. Ink damage as well, and splash damage because it not only helps with triple ink strike, but the explosion from these portals, for example, also would get like increased damage from it. Also, yeah, I didn't actually mention it when it happened, but yes, this is what full quick charge looks like. Preferably without getting hit by a fish. It just...
Yeah, it's very Zoom.
I can't decide if they're aggro because of you or if they're aggro because they're just not in water. Like, they just look so irritated with everything. I don't know if it's completely your character. I think it's because they're not where they're supposed to be, which is in water.
That mean Marina needs to make some water for them. Marina being the one who actually like designed the area.
Oh, yeah.
The lady there in
also-
the back with the laptop.
I was just about to ask that. I was going to say, who is this babe in the back with the laptop,
Yeah.
though? And
is
it's
Rena.
it's her. Of course it's her. Why wouldn't it be? Also, for those of you in chat who are looking for schedules for today's event and tomorrow, you can do !DND, and that'll get you the schedule of all the games that we have going on for this event. I want to say that after this, we're going to get some heckin' dang Peggle action, and we've got a couple other things lined up too. So if you're looking forward to things like some Sonic or maybe even some Dank Souls, you already know me on the mic. I'm the Dank Souls enjoyer. It's my fault. I'm the reason that the Souls girlies have problems. We're going to have some of that all throughout the day, so make sure you stay tuned in and make sure you're donating as well to Autistic Women and Nonbinary Network. I want to send out a gentle reminder too that anything helps. Anything helps. If you're someone who's at home watching and you're saying, well, I don't really have a whole lot, so I don't know that it's really worthwhile, anything helps. If it's $1, that's $1 closer to fulfilling their missions. If it's $5, that's $5 closer. Do not feel like there's no way that your work is helping contribute, because those donations help them do the work to help our communities on a larger scale. So absolutely, you are contributing, you are helping. And if you cannot donate, please make sure, go out to our social channels out on Blue Sky and other channels. Share it with your friends, share it with your communities, that GDQ is doing a really dope event supporting Autistic Women and Non-Binary Network, and you should definitely pull up and help out for the cause. And like Llama said, only donate if you can, though.
Yeah. No, I'm not taking that stage. That's a trap. No. I saw Ball stage with quick special charge up, and it's like, that will take possibly like 50 million years if anything goes wrong. I just realized it's even possible to get the full amount from a don't glide bonus. Because the game will always kind of make you glide once you get off the... what do you call it? The little cage.
Somebody was saying 50 million years is overestimate. I feel like... Oh, I am muted.
We'll see.
So each of the
Go
for
ahead.
each of those squares that are on that little grid that you keep bringing up, is that just signifying each level? And if yes, why are they different colors?
It's the upgrades you've been grabbing during the run, more specifically, which can reference all the stages if you've only been pulling them from those. But the different colors just signify what they're kind of helping with. So purple is support, orange is range, the pinkish reddish one is power, blue is mobility, yellow is luck, and then green is drone. And generally speaking, during a run, you probably are not going to grab many of those last two. Or at least for New Game Plus.
Oh yeah, that's actually something else I wanted to bring up too, is that this is on New Game Plus. So what exactly is the difference? Like, is this just something that you can't get to unless you're in New Game Plus, or is there distinct differences that make the runs unique to one another?
So for any percent, you wouldn't have nearly as many of Marina's like hack upgrades that you can like activate outside of this. Along which basically as a result means that something like this will not be like nearly this short to do. The other thing too is for any percent, because the order you get pallets in is randomized, you generally use Agent 4's palette because it's one that you're guaranteed to have by that time. Also time.
I love your very,
Thanks,
very
Gigi.
subtle gist. Oh, by the way, time.
I
Very
was
casual. Oh, sorry. I murdered that nerd really quickly. I forgot to mention that to everybody. My bad.
I was like considering saying like time is like very close, but I'm like, I'm also in the middle of a thought. If I don't complete it, it's probably gonna be like, what was I saying?
Wow, we didn't see that happen earlier in the run. Sure didn't. No, I don't know why you mentioned that specific caveat and point. We definitely didn't see that happen just a moment ago. It's the way that my desk, by trade, I'm a project manager, so my desk is just littered with just absurd number of books and sticky notes, because if I don't do that, I don't know that the thoughts will stay in my brain.
I mean,
Huh?
I was just gonna say, I've got a number of books on my own desk too, so I get that.
Yeah, like I have to write it down, because if not, I'll be like, I'll remember it later. I never remember it later. That's not what happens. Those are bold-faced lies that I'm telling. I never remember it later at all. But I wanted to say thank you so much for a very, very chill and relaxing run. This was like perfect snack food, like fodder. It really, really was. Like, I don't think having a snack would have been better timed in this precise moment. Maybe some during Little Gator game, but I was also very enamored with the fact that that little guy was very, very cute. But I appreciate you being on stage with us and giving us your time, your effort, your energy, your efforts to help us raise money for Autistic Women and Non-Binary Network. Do you have any closing things that you would like to tell everybody? Because there's a non-zero chance I may have missed it, but I don't think I did. But go ahead and let everybody know where they can find you, what kind of stuff you're running, and same goes for you as well, Panda.
Panda, if you want to go first.
Sure, you can find me on twitch.tv/pandemonium. I am currently just focused on speedrunning Silent Hill F. I've been doing the hardest difficulty on New Game Plus recently, which has been a lot of fun. So yeah, if you're interested in that, feel free to follow.
Yeah, in my case, you can find me at twitch.tv/dubious. I haven't been speedrunning this as much lately. I've been more focused on the last month or so on Yakuza Kiwami 2. But if either of those series, Splatoon or Like a Dragon, sounds relevant to your interests, then yeah, come on by. And also thank you, PT, for being a wonderful host, and thanks also Satan and Anarchy for putting this on.
Oh, thank you so much. Of course, I'm happy to be here and help out with this event. It's really an important event to me too, because I was someone who was recently diagnosed with their neurodivergencies. And so it's one of those things that I always knew, we just didn't know what flavor of neurodivergency that I was dealing with. And as I said earlier, for me, it's CPTSD and anxiety. So seeing organizations that are looking out for people like us all around means a lot to me, and they're very, very special to me in particular. As a matter of fact, I've known about this charity for many years, and I'm very excited to see GDQ is raising money for them. But don't worry, Sailor Moon, you may have missed a Splatoon run, but there are more runs coming up. You can even check them out with !D&D in chat to see what else you have to look forward to. And even though you missed this run, you don't have to worry about that, because it'll be up on our YouTube. It'll be up on our YouTube, and you can go back and watch it and enjoy all the power painting that you missed out on. Unfortunately, that is my time with everybody for today. I am going to be handing over the reins to our next host, and y'all are going to, again, get up, stretch. You know what? We're going to take it further. I'm not going to ask you to unshrimp your back. Why don't you find a certain body part that you feel is a little tight for you? Give that a good stretchy poo for me. If it's your hands, your wrists, maybe you got to do some things with your fingies, stretch your ankles out, get some good pops in there. Go ahead and move your joints around just a bit. And we will be back here in just a couple of moments with more speed runs. You are tuned in to our Disability and Neurodivergence special on GDQ Hotfix. We'll be back in just a couple of moments.